Hey everyone, welcome back to Trail Talk. I'm Luke.
And I'm Judy. So glad you're joining us today.
We've got a really fun episode lined up. We're going back to spring, specifically our favorite hikes from this past season.
Oh, yes. And I have to say, mine was absolutely magical. But yours sounds like it was a completely different kind of experience.
Yeah, I think magical is not exactly the word I'd use for mine. More like brutal, challenging, deeply humbling.
And yet, somehow you loved it?
And somehow I loved it, yes. We'll get to that. But first, you know the drill. If you're new here, welcome to Trail Talk, the podcast where two friends with a shared love of hiking talk about their adventures, their misadventures, and everything in between.
We've been doing this for a few seasons now, and honestly, every episode surprises us. Like, you plan a hike, you think you know what you're getting into, and then nature just completely has other ideas.
So true. And spring is really the season for that, I think. The weather is unpredictable, the trails are fresh, and everything is changing.
Exactly. Okay, so who's going first? I feel like we should do yours first, Luke, because mine is going to need a totally different energy to follow it.
Yeah, fair. I'll go first. All right, listeners, buckle up, because this one was an adventure. So, for context, I'd been eyeing this trail for about 2 years. It's a mountain route. I won't say exactly which one, but it's a serious climb. About 20 kilometers round trip with a substantial elevation gain. The kind of trail where you look at the map and you think, okay, this is going to be hard. And then you actually do it and you realize you severely underestimate it.
Okay, I'm already anxious just hearing this.
So I set off early in the morning, like embarrassingly early. 4:30 in the morning, headlamp on, backpack loaded.
4:30? Luke!
I know, but with mountain hikes, you want to summit before the afternoon weather rolls in. That's the classic wisdom, right? Get up early, get down before things get unpredictable.
And did things get unpredictable?
Oh, spectacularly. So the first few hours were actually beautiful. There was this gorgeous golden light coming up over the hills as the sun rose. The trail was quiet, just me and the birds, and the air was this perfect sharp mountain cold. I was feeling great.
That sounds genuinely lovely.
It really was. But then, around the halfway point, I started noticing the sky changing. Clouds building up on the far ridge, and they were moving fast. Within maybe 30 minutes, the temperature dropped noticeably.
How cold are we talking?
I mean, I didn't have a thermometer with me, but my guess is it dropped at least 5 or 6 degrees in less than an hour. And then the wind picked up, properly picked up, like pushing you sideways kind of wind. Oh no! And then it started to rain, which, I had my waterproof jacket. I was prepared for rain. But then the rain started to mix with sleet. And then, I kid you not, it turned into actual snow.
Wait, it snowed in spring?
In spring, on a mountain, yes. Look, it shouldn't have surprised me as much as it did, but I genuinely was not expecting snow.
What did you do?
So I stopped, I assessed the situation. I was at this exposed section of trail. There was no real shelter. I had about 2 kilometers left to the summit. And I just stood there in the snow for a few minutes thinking, okay, do I go on or do I go back?
And clearly you went on.
I went on because, and this is the thing about mountain hiking, the weather can change really quickly in either direction. And I thought, I've come this far. The snow is light, the trail is still visible, I've got the gear, I'm going.
You're braver than me. I think I would have turned around.
There were definitely moments where I second-guessed myself. The last stretch up to the summit was really hard. The wind was fierce, my hands were cold, I couldn't feel my face properly. But I just kept putting one foot in front of the other.
And then?
And then I got to the top. And I'm not being dramatic here. The clouds broke. Like literally, within minutes of me reaching the summit, the storm just lifted. And what I saw, Judy, I can't even fully describe it.
Try.
It was a panoramic view, 360, completely unobstructed. Snow on the peaks around me, the valleys below still in the shadow of the clouds. And there was this quality of light that you only get after a storm, where everything just looks impossibly clear and vivid, like the world had been washed clean.
Okay, I get it. I get why you kept going.
It was one of those moments where everything else just disappears. All the discomfort, all the doubt, all the cold, completely gone. I just stood there for probably 20 minutes, just looking.
That's so beautiful, Luke. I'm genuinely a little emotional hearing that.
It was worth every horrible, wet, cold minute of that climb. Genuinely one of the best moments I've had outdoors, and I've had a few.
What a story! Okay, I feel like I have a lot to live up to here.
Your turn. Tell me about this magical forest.
All right, so mine was a very different kind of experience. No dramatic weather, no suffering involved. But, and I say this with full confidence, it was genuinely one of the most enchanting few hours I've spent outdoors in my life.
I love this already.
So, the trail I did is this long loop through a really ancient forest. And when I say ancient, I mean the trees are massive, like towering. Some of them must be hundreds of years old. And when you walk through them, there's this quality of stillness that you don't find anywhere else. It's like the forest absorbs all the sound.
That's such a particular feeling, isn't it? That deep forest quiet.
Exactly. And it was a really overcast day. Not rainy, just that soft gray sky, and the light coming through the canopy was this beautiful diffuse green. Like everything was lit from inside the leaves.
Oh, that green filtered light. I love that.
It's just magical, isn't it? And the smell, I have to talk about the smell because it was incredible. Moss and damp earth and something slightly sweet that I think was the flowers starting to come through. Just deeply alive.
Okay, I'm jealous. This sounds completely different from my frozen mountaintop.
Yes, very different. But then, okay, this is where it gets really special. I'm about 2 hours into the walk, completely in my own head, just absorbing everything, and I come around a bend in the trail, and there's a deer, just standing there, right in the middle of the path.
How close?
I mean, close. Maybe 8, 9 meters. And she just looked at me. Didn't run, didn't startle, just held eye contact with me for what felt like forever.
That's incredible.
And I just froze. I didn't breathe. We just looked at each other. And then very slowly, very deliberately, she turned and walked into the trees. Like she was the one deciding the encounter was over.
On her terms entirely.
Completely on her terms. And I just stood there afterwards with this massive smile on my face, feeling like I'd been given a gift.
Did you see anything else?
Oh, so much. A little later, I spotted a fox. Just a flash of orange between the tree trunks, but unmistakably a fox. And then there was a woodpecker going absolutely to town on one of the trees overhead. Like you could hear it echoing through the whole forest.
A fox? You saw a fox?
Just briefly, but yes, it was gorgeous.
Okay, that does sound like a completely different planet from my hike, in the best way possible.
It really was. And the thing I keep coming back to is how unhurried the whole experience felt. I wasn't pushing for a summit, I wasn't racing anything. I just wandered. I stopped whenever I wanted. I sat on a log for 20 minutes, just listening.
What were you listening to?
Everything. The wind in the canopy, a stream somewhere in the distance, birds I couldn't identify. The whole forest just alive with sound in this very quiet way. Does that make sense?
Completely. That kind of layered, peaceful sound.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's what I'll carry from that day. Just that sense of being completely present. No phone, no agenda, just there in that forest.
That sounds genuinely restorative.
It really was. I came home that evening and just felt settled in a way I hadn't in a while.
I think that's the thing about hiking, isn't it? Whether you're suffering through a snowstorm on a mountain or wandering through an enchanted forest, both of those things give you that feeling.
Yes, that's exactly it. The method is totally different, but the outcome is the same.
I think that's a perfect note to wrap up on, actually. Two completely different hikes, two completely different experiences, and yet we both came back feeling that same thing.
Nature just has a way of doing that to you, doesn't it? No matter how it shows up.
Exactly, whether she's throwing a snowstorm at you or showing you a deer.
She contains multitudes.
She really does. All right, to everyone listening today, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We genuinely love doing this, and we love that you come along for the ride.
It means a lot, really. Whether you've been with us from the beginning or this is your first episode, we're so happy you're here.
If today's episode inspired you to get out on the trail, whether that's a mountain or a forest or just a local park, please do it. You won't regret it.
And if you have a favorite hike from this spring, we'd love to hear about it. Drop us a message. We read everything.
We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, get outside, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next trail.
See you next time. Happy hiking, everyone.